Tropical paradise where the palm trees sway when that mood is right. Lovers,
so in my classes, I do a lot of I use cultural methodology. It's a methodology that has served Hawaiians well for 2,000 years. Let's go to Born in Stone. About 2 years ago, I went to Molokai to do a class on Molokai with, in the eastern part of Molokai called Kilohana, an area where I was raised or went to school. I was so sad because I had to take 18 boards to Molokai. 18 boards and 18 stones. I was so hurt because I grew up on Molokai where there was a board and stone in every home. So having to take 18 boards to Molokai was just a heartbreaking experience. When I heard that, I said to myself, the loss of the boards means the demise of the Hawaiian culture as well. The practice is not being practiced. Shortly after I returned, I was asked to speak on a program called TEDx, an international think tank talk story group. And I coined the phrase, one board, one stone in every home. That topic was for the purpose of rebuilding Hawaiian families by way of reintroducing taro, haloa, into the family diet. It's a way of taking families back into the taro patch. It's a way of getting families to eat poi on a regular basis. You know, if you try to tell families to go into the taro patch, they say that's something, oh no, taro patch, my fingernails are going to get dirty. Are you going to pay for a pedicure and a manicure? Absolutely not. You know, a little dirt under the fingernail adds a little levity to life. Besides, someone can have something to talk about. Look at that guy's fingernails are dirty. But always having a good answer is good. This is a working hand, that's why dirt is there. The idea of making board is in and of itself very empowering. Just think of the idea of not having an idea of what to do, how to make everything, and then you begin the process by going into the mountain. You begin the process by writing an oli or writing an anthem or writing a protocol to ask the tree to give up its life that you might use this piece of wood to become a handle to carve koi. That's empowering. So the whole idea of bringing families together to carve is about empowering families. Families have no idea what they're getting into, and after the first or the second class, they absolutely love what they've gotten themselves into. A big mess of carving boards and learning. And that in and of itself is empowering. In the class, I tend to be, in most of my classes, if not all of my classes, I'm quite hard on men. I ask them, and I say to the dads up front, I'm going to come after you guys, and I expect you folks to leave. And it's scary. It's scary for dads. But you create a safe environment for learning and for empowering, and they'll do it. At some point in time in the carving of the board, one of the segments is taking the board to the ocean to be soaked. We've gone to the mountains to cut wood. We finish carving and we take the board down to the ocean to be soaked in the ocean. Salt has many properties. One of it is it's a preservative. It's used for medicinal purposes. It's a way of chasing the bad spirits. After funerals, our kupunas would go to the house, and whoever's in the house would bring a handful of salt, and Tutu would take the salt and throw the salt over the shoulders, so the spirits that are following Tutu would not enter into the house. So that's just a few of the many uses and properties.
If there's anything that I'd like to do, Mother Nature.
So why do we do what we do? Why board and stone? If no one will teach it, then who will teach it? And who can teach it at the level that I received the information from my grandfather? Halo is at the center, and we're not paying enough attention to the importance of halo. Halo meaning tarot. That's what served our families well, and that's what's going to serve our families into the future. So we make boards and we make stones, and I hope at some point in time families will say, "Oh, I want to work in the tarot patch." And there are many tarot patches that we can work in. And I like going and taking families to the church because I can teach Kalo at a different level. I hope at some point in time the families will say, is there land for me that I can farm? There are lands, we need to find families. Why is it important for them? So they can grow their own taro, and at some point in time grow enough taro so they can sell it, become economically self-sufficient. Maybe not totally self-sufficient. Maybe mama does not have to go to work for minimum wage. You can stay at home and take care of the taro patch. So Kalos being one. Growing kukui nut on Molokai and making Molokai 60% fossil fuel is a possibility. We want to move our families into economic development at some point in time on land. We do this to perpetuate the work of our ancestors. Now and until the end. It is a difficult work, it is challenging. And it is the work that our ancestors loved so dearly. This knowledge needs to be perpetuated. From our ancestors, to the parents, and the youth who will become leaders tomorrow. And those yet to be born, that we might continue to flourish long after we no longer can place our foot in the sands on our beach.